I'm going to show you how to draw from your account, your spiritual account, to move it over to the physical, right? So first things first, you have to have a good relationship with a tree, right? Someone who's sturdy, who can get the message across from this plane to the other plane. If you don't have a good relationship with a bank teller, the bank teller, who is it? The weeping willows, the big old oak trees. If you don't have a good relationship with a really good tree, then this spell is not going to work, okay? You have to be one with the earth. You have to be one who's able to communicate enough information to go back and forth, right? You have to be fluid. You can't want too much. You can't want too little. You got to be balanced when you do this one, right? But let me show you. So the first things first is you're going to need bay leaves. Bay leaves are going to act as the currency paper, right? So it's a paper for paper type deal, ordeal. You can Google and all this kind of stuff more about bay leaves, how it represents financial wealth, and how people burn it and all this kind of stuff in order to, you know, get that energy through. But the thing is, let me tell y'all a secret, real big secret in the spirit. If your Ori and your destiny is clogged with karma, anger burns up all your finances. If you angry all the time, your finances be burning. And I'm talking about the spiritual finances. These are the ones that help you to learn the lesson, you know. If you got enough bank account money in your spiritual bank account, all you got to do is tap into that energy and pay off your debt. Pay off your finances from the spiritual standpoint, right? So, the bay leaves are basically just acting as a form of exchange, currency exchange. Next is a slice of bread. So, the importance of bread and wheat and barley, hops, all of these, like when you grind them down and they become very, very grainy energy, you have to think of them as bones. You know, I work myself to the bones to make ends meet. You know, all those other sayings. I can't think of it right now because I'm a little tired for some reason. But that's another thing you need, is you're gonna need bread. The next thing you're gonna need is honey, because honey makes everything sweeter. And then you may need cinnamon sticks, or you may not need cinnamon sticks. Okay. So what you're gonna do is take the leaf and you're gonna write on it how much you need in the physical, right? So you put on there how much you need, and you put it on top of the bread. Right? So then you put it on top of the bread. We about to get this bread. Right? So here's what I'm just putting it on top of the bread. If you could get like the bread that doesn't have all those additives and stuff, just like a really good, if you could get spelt bread, spelt flour, woo, them ancient grains, you know, something that hasn't been like tampered with too much from a genetic standpoint. See, Dr. Sebi knew what he was doing, choosing the ancient grains. So there we go. So far, after you wrote it, you put it either face side up or face side down. It don't matter. Then you want to take the honey and you want to sweeten the transition between the spiritual realm and the physical. So then you're gonna look. It's gonna look like that. It's gonna look like that. And then finally, so cinnamon sticks. This is a calling card. So a cinnamon stick is a calling card for the mother. So this is like a saying, hey, The mother has requested this because you can tap into the essence of the cinnamon, and it all, when it gets over to the other side and it gets into the wrong hands, it'll burn. That person can't touch that petition. But once it gets in the right hands, then it will smooth and turn into like, when you molding something into a shape, then the cinnamon stick is almost like a calling card to say, hey, this energy is talking, and then it passes a message. So when you mix the honey with the bay leaves and the bread and the cinnamon stick, you are giving yourself a better chance to get it over to the other side. Okay? And then pretty simple right here. You just take it, put it in the middle, and then fold it like that. You don't need to be folding it too much. And you want to wrap it and bury it under a tree that you got a good relationship with. Because when that decomposes and all that kind of stuff, there you go. And then you just put your name on the outside. I'm going to put Isis, Goddess of Wisdom. So you just put your name on the outside and you bury it under a tree. And watch, if your path is clear, watch gold start raining from the sky then. Simple, beautiful little package of energy. This is a big portion of energy. Okay? So if you've attended this class today, I hope that your money come through. I hope that your money be raining down. I pray that it get to the other side. And even if you wanted to tap in and say, hey, this is what I learned from, Isis. This is what my mama taught me, so this is her signature. So give me my money. But that's one way to get it over to the other side, because we're on two different planes. One plane speaks metaphorically, symbolically, and one speaks data, right? So you got to combine both the data and the symbolism in order to come up with the smoothest way to get balance. So this is like a Ma'at class on balance between two forces, right? So let's just say on the other side, the petition goes to the ancestors. Ancestors pass it. Like, that movie with Macaulay Culkin when he was a little boy, and he was like, give this to Macaulay Culkin. Give this to Macaulay Culkin. Well, pass it back. He ain't here. And it goes back to the mom, and she's like, ah! She's like, where this boy at? So it's just like that. It's like you're passing this energy to the ancestors, and the ancestors are like, okay, well, who do I pass it up to next? And then it's like, oh, well, then it goes to the lion. The lion then, looks it over and is like, oh shit, this is a mother's request. It goes up to the eagle. It goes to the falcon. The falcon's like, all right, I'm going to drop it on her head in about 4 minutes. And then you get a falcon above your head, dropping your money, right? So then it is up to the data to tap into all of those totems. And if all of the totems are approved, then the money comes, right? Money comes easily. And it's like, it's good to do those things, but it's also good to clean up your fucking karma. It's also good to treat people good and treat people nice. Because when you don't treat people nice, guess what happens? You build more karma on top of your head, so nothing comes through for you to get abundance. Everyone's praying, I want abundance. I want to be a billionaire. I want to be a millionaire. So you remember how last week that person smiled at you and you didn't smile back? It's simple as that. It's showing your character. If you don't have character, then you have to go to another level of class. So your class on top of your head, it becomes to block who you really are. You can't have the energy. You can't have higher information if you can't deal with the basic level information of being kind to one another. If you can't be kind to one another, there's no reason for a petition to be even like passed over through the trees. Because you haven't appeased your ancestors, which is the first thing. Why is the ancestors going to give you a bunch of money when you haven't even fed the ancestors? When you haven't even gone over there and was like, hey, you good? You good? You good? Shoot, I know with my spiritual account, all my ancestors got houses, all my ancestors got food, all my ancestors. I made sure to stay in the spiritual room to take care of the ancestors. This is where my Oya energy comes in. This is where my death energy comes in. This is where the goddess of death is making sure on the other side. We got Sunday dinners on the other side. Everybody sits in this long table and they get fed. So all of the offerings that come into certain deities, some of the offerings that people be giving, what they don't understand is that's a petition for the mother to come and clean up your karma for you. Or not clean up your karma, but like help you to clean up stuff in the other realm. Let's just say in your old life, you was a member of the Vikings, which the Vikings came in my dream last night. They were in Valhalla. And we were in Valhalla, and it was just like this big old bar looking place, right? And I was sitting, and they sent over some shots of fire water. And then one of the old Vikings was like, yeah, you shouldn't drink that. And I pretended to drink it and I put it back. And then I was just wondering, I was like, what energy would cause me to come to Valhalla right now? Like, what is this? But we'll put that to the side for a second and we'll come back to the phrase I was talking about earlier. If your ancestors aren't appeased, if your Ori is not appeased, if all of these energies aren't appeased, then nothing can touch your head and it falls onto the ground and some lucky person walks by you and picks up all of your money. It's like a video game, right? It's like a video game. You trying to manifest all of these things to come into your Ori, to come into you, but you're clogged, your heart's clogged with fat, liver, cow manure, cow shit, because you haven't appeased the cow goddess. You can't sit there and eat motherfucking steak and all this other stuff without going to the bovine goddess and being like, yo, I've done some cannibalism, obviously. Can you please help me to clear this from my system? And then she's like, okay, well, you need to go on an all grass diet so I can have some of my goddesses come and live through you for a little bit. And all they want to do is, all they want to do is eat and drink and be merry. But you have to do that for a month. Who knows how to translate this symbolism from these goddesses in order for it to get to the other side? And that's where the numbers come in. This is where the data specialists came in. The people who sat at the mat and was like looking at the numbers and trying to decode the numbers from past experiences and that were written down, right? So for the data specialists, there's a lot of masculines who are data specialists who can interpret the numbers. But if they get on the same page with the feminine, the numbers and the symbolism, when they get two and two together, that energy is potent. That is anything you want comes. It is fluid then, because you are both balanced on this tightrope. Okay, I'm gonna go do this spell really quick. Hey, do you mind, plugging in these codes for me? And then the masculine plugs it in, and then got the wand, push the button, and you send a form of honey, a different form of honey, right? Instead of using the physical world honey, you would then use the spiritual honey. And that comes from you two combining and producing enough electric energy between the two of you to approve whatever the fuck you want, right? So next is I'm gonna just do some cards and find a way to go and bury my petition. Shoot. Because one thing I do need right now is a little loot, baby. I need a little loot. I got to get back on my grind. I got to be back on my business, doing my crystals and all that stuff, so I can afford to go travel for a little bit. Go on a vacation. Okay, so now we're going to tap into the energies that are here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. 3, 6, 9. Stop right there. So now what I'm doing is when I look above, guys, I like to explain stuff because it's like no one really asks me like, what do you see? They don't ask me like, what do you see? They just think I'm cray. But above me, I see like a wheel, right? So a wheel is like a golden wheel in front of me. And it's like, and each layer of the wheel is a different access point. Like if I wanted to go here, I would put in this. If I wanted to go here, I'll put in this. But the wheel is organized around what's in the middle, which is the Virgo. The birth of the Virgo is extreme. It's an extreme change in energy once Virgo was born. It's extreme. It's not like little water here, little water there. No, it's like, oh, it's like a waterfall pouring out. It's like, no. My babies need information. Whoa, nuh-uh. I don't need all this information to just do it by myself here. So it's a very Virgo energy. So Virgo, when she's in the middle, controls the rest of the wheel to figure out who needs what when based on what energy is falling down from the coding. So the energy that falls down from the coding is like golden letters that fall from the sky, right? Back in the day, when we were in the bad zone, it was the green, black, and white letters. This is war. When you see the green matrix falling with the black background, that's war. That's war all day. That's the coding. The people who code that are the Ogun energies for war. They're back there coding it, right? And then mother born 91, mother's born in the physical world. After doing all the cleanup in the spiritual, Cinderella gets born in 91. 91 starts to shift, passing the batons. Then it starts to change the coding as soon as that birth is born, right? And then the coding starts to become gold on white background. So you're still having it, but you're having people who are picking the side of peace or people who are picking the side of war. So if you're picking the side of war, then you're on a green and black background. That means now that the masculine is no longer in control of war, the feminine's in control of war, the goddess of war is in charge of war. The coding on the green and black background is coded by the feminine. The white and or the balance of feminine and masculine, I will just say that. I will say that. But the white and the silver or the gold, depending on where you are, you can get gold information dropping from the sky. The closer you are to the mother, the golder the information. The farther away you are from the mother, the silvers, the bronze, all that kind of information starts dropping from the sky. But the closer you are to the source, the heavier the rain, the heavier the information. Just so you knew. So then we get to the balancing of worlds. You have the green and black, and then you have the white and gold. So then you still have a balancing of energy. So if somebody really is messing up and the mother's like, send them to the green and black, send them to the war, go over there. I am dealing with you today, right? So this is why appeasement is perfect, is important, because even in the midst of a peaceful world that we're uniting and we're getting towards, you could still be shoveled over to a different world that was created, a different energy that was created for you to go live over there. Go live with your daddy, because you get on my nerves, right? Okay. Mother, Maiden, Crone, Gypsy. We're going to talk to the goddesses today. Actually, I'm getting the clicking today, so I'm hearing more ocean energy, more Poseidon energy, more Baba energy. So he's coming in, which I want to use Oracle with him. I'm going to do 3. 3 or 4? Do you want to do the 4 this time? Okay. We'll do 4. We're going to shuffle energy 4, background 4, and then we'll tap into subconscious 4. 4, 4, 4. Yeah, keep on the 4. Okay. I'm hearing a message of, I'm hearing a message. Hold on. 3, one more. Come. Yeah, water. I'm seeing water right now in a cup. I'm going to drink 4 times. Okay. Oh, shoot. Force Daddy popped up. So the tree just approved the finances, y'all, right in front of me. Unlocked it. Unlocked the prosperity, y'all. You know, I had to go through a big thing with jealousy last night. Oh my gosh. You know, and unmask those feelings. So, yesterday was a hard lesson day for me, because back in the day, I just now started to get better with it, but I was a very jealous person. And I mean, like, in terms of relationships, very, 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 very jealous. And it could be very scary in the spiritual, because then the snakes would come out and my head would turn into a bunch of snakes. I would become this very aggressive energy. I would become a very, very, very scary energy. And I would see it, but nobody else would see it, you know? And so then I'm like, you know, turning people to stone on accident, or, you know, accidentally injecting them full of the venom from the snakes in my head type stuff. Like real Medusa energy, real Medusa, right? I was a very scary person when I was uncontrolled, when I was not in control of my emotions. It was been very large, very heavy, it'll do to figure out. So I went back to the past when I was in a very angry, jealous energy because of some real foul stuff that was happening. You know, and I was in the right in my mind. I was in the right. And I started to dig deep and figure out, why would I allow somebody else to control my emotions when my emotions are what make me my money? My emotions are what make me my power. My emotions are my power. Like if I tap into Hecate energy, boom, Hecate, yo, I need a way to make some money quick, because at the end of the day, I need a new car. I need this, I need that. I don't even know what to do. That, I need help. Hecate's okay. Well, I'm gonna give you a spell, but you gotta give to receive. You gotta put it out there in order to receive. I'm like, because 90% of the time when I did a spell or energy, I would have men, like these entities pop up, like Men in Black type entities. They're like, where did you get this spell? And I would get like questioned for, like, from a spiritual standpoint, and people would be talking to me being like, oh, I'm talking to you. And I'd be like, dude, in my mind right now, I'm not on this plane. I'm actually in a black room where these men are talking to me about why and who and where did I get these spells from. And then all I would have to do is just, I would snap, and then the room would turn into a white room. And these men in black with glasses, they would be standing in there, and then they would all get on their all fours. They would all get on all fours. And I'd be like, you know the drill, boys. You know the drill, boys. And then they would all turn into pigs. So it's like, don't question me on my shit. You know what I mean? Don't question me. I'm the one who gives you the things to do and where to go. Don't vice versa it. So that's the energy. So I had to deal with jealousy, right? And it was very hard for me. I started crying because I had to release this spirit of jealousy. And I've always had her. She's like my big toe type energy. She's my big toe. So when I walk on the ground and, you know, it's almost like, you know how the dolphins have sonar? I got sonar for people that ain't good for me. For people that's gonna teach me the best lesson. I got sonar in my big toe. I call her jealousy. So I let her go out, but I had to give her up, you know, because you can't go into the new world, into the new energy, and have, you know, these actions. If you think about Hera and Zeus was always messing around on Hera, and Hera was getting mad, turning these girls into animals and chasing them and killing the kids, all this kind of stuff. You can't have that. You can't have that in the new world, right? You can't have that. You gotta let it go, let it flow. If he gonna do what he gonna do, let him do what he gonna do, because you gonna do what you gonna do. Burp. Boop. All right. What else? Forest Daddy always be popping up. Forest Daddy here. What's good, Kai? As soon as I said Forest Daddy, that popped up. The little cherub. We got the sun. We got the sun card. Perseverance is rewarding. And we also got the be aware of who you trust. Right? So here's another thing. When you're within this very powerful energy, your trust was tested quite a bit. You were set in scenarios that would, so each test that you went through and you pushed your body through, this is why perseverance, that perseverance and that sun energy, like I have a very sun masculine energy most of the time when I turn my head into the sun, right? So it's like the sun, and then my body is just regular, but my face is the sun. So I turn it into that, right? So the harder you push your psyche and your psychic development and your psychic abilities, the more that you push them in order to learn the lesson, beware who you trust, balanced it up with, hey, I'm gonna give you this chance. I'm gonna trust you right up front. I'm gonna trust you right up front. But in the back, if you mess up, then guess what? That's no hard feelings. Just know that the trust is done. We don't have any more, right? So you got to figure out how to balance that. For me, I was just like, I trust you, girl, I trust you, 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 come on, I trust you. And it really messed me up. It put stone blocks into my path, and I lost quite a bit of myself because I would give myself. Every time you give trust is a piece of yourself being given to that person as like a gift. But that's the person who's supposed to return that. So you give the trust and the other person gives the trust back, and you create something from that trust, right? And this is why friends and family and things like that were so important. But I was just giving it away and no one would give it back. Or I would give away my trust or energy associated with trust, and then, I would lose a part of me. So then I'm in a billion different pieces all around the globe, all around the world, because each lifetime when you give your trust and you don't call it back, then you are just separated, right? So this is why you beware of who you trust. You keep yourself, but you know it's an eye for an eye. It's a tooth for a tooth. If I'm doing a spell right now for myself, I'm going to also do a spell for somebody else. I'm also going to reciprocate that, because I'm not going to be the only one who's sitting here bawling. Somebody else is going to find this post and they're going to do the same spell and they're going to be bawling. You know what I mean? So it's a balance, because I don't want to be greedy. I'm not a greedy person unless it comes to eating bananas with toast and cinnamon and honey. Then I'm a little greedy. So, what else do we got here in the cards, y'all? Okay. So, I got the snake energy and then the cup. So then I'm seeing right here, and then the dragon popped up again. So I'm seeing right here, I'm seeing a green cup. A green cup with water and honey. Oshumare. That's how he drink. If you ever wanted to feed him. If you really wanted to feed the snake energy within your Kundalini. Green cup. Green cup. Water. Honey. Done. We're giving away secrets here. Most people want you to initiate to get some of these secrets. I'm like, all you know is you went back in time and saw what I was saying and put it into a book and stole it because you know how to time hop. Because you know how to time hop. You know all the classes to sit in on. I have so many people who come from a spiritual, different points of the galaxy, different points, and they come and they sit, right? I have like a little seat here because I'm like, I expect it. I expect it. Okay, so we got truth. We got that ego. We got truth. See? Telling the truth about, and we got reunion of souls. And we got the teaching card. Look at that. Because I'm teaching you guys right now. I'm teaching, and then another apprentice card popped up. So I'm teaching you guys. We are very close to this reunion of the spiritual realm and the physical realm. I'm speaking the truth. I'm doing my teaching. We're all really close to this reunion, spiritual reunion. And that could mean volcano eruptions. People need to all get on the same page. If they don't want war, stand up for against war. If you don't want, what's going on, if you don't like what's going on, stand up. What about Marley to say? Get up stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Get your ass up. If you don't want it going on. See, be helpful. Get together. Be helpful for each other. The cards are doing so good today. Oh my gosh, it's frequencer. Let's see, Oshu. Feed the snake energies in the head. And it's not just Oshumare. Do you know Oshumare has children? The snake energy of Oshumare, which is like Shiva, Cobra energy, marries Medusa energies. Shiva is destruction, Medusa is destruction, and they have babies. They have snake babies. They have worm babies. They have babies that people don't even understand. That's at the bottom of the ocean, because that's like where they lived. Now they got a cute little house by the ocean, so they can keep an eye on the ocean. Now they got a little house by the ocean. Healing heart. Okay, you guys. So we're in a point where we're gonna just forgive our mother, forgive our father, forgive everybody who's done bad, forgive the freaking politicians and all that kind of stuff. But just because you forgive doesn't mean you don't stand up and say, you're not gonna do that shit to me again. Remember, it's about balance. You're not about to sit here and treat us like that. You're not gonna sit here and go to war like that without us actually combating against that energy with love, with peace, with prayer. Just because we're in the midst of war doesn't mean we're in the midst of war, you know? We already know it's over. War's over. We're in a new energy. We're in this new brainwave. But some people haven't caught up to it. Some motherfuckers haven't caught up to it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're on 8. So we're going to do Orisha. Orisha. Orisha oko fefe yawo dani mo imari wo. I love me some Orisha oko. The planter. I still love my Orisha. No matter what. They are good at coding. Oh shoot. Fire energy. Fire energy is popping. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna use the staff really quick. Yeah. I'm gonna turn it on. Yeah. Thunder. Lightning. Okay. Cool. Let me turn that on. That's real heavy right now. Okay. Dango! See, I'm blind, but I could see. You know? I'm blind because this world doesn't offer the opportunity for us to see beyond the realm, but I could see. I'm not gonna act like I don't. I've been this way since I was a little girl. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't see what's going on in the spiritual realm. Like all of these crystals and stuff like that, I see them for what they are. They are pieces of human DNA. They're humans, in my opinion. Their consciousness are well above humans. They're vibrating on frequencies unheard of. They're tapping into different planets, and they know how to turn on different planets that we haven't even discovered. They're like, hey, I'm gonna be over here on this planet, but I'm gonna turn my energy on just so I can see what's going on in your house. They know. Oh shoot, that's a lot. All right, so destruction, death, peace, the devil. We're getting the same energies. Okay, so first let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. So you see that eagle swooping down? That's America. America's about to go through something bad, y'all. I don't know what it is yet. But America's about to go through something that's going to require us to rest. Take a second to figure out what's going on. Like it's going to be sudden, right? I'm seeing this energy as a sudden energy because you got the devil, the death card, 3 of air, which is the eagle representing the United States. And then you also got like a sullen little bird sitting in there like, uh-oh, that must be a loss. Must be a loss of some sort. So I got the devil, Iku in the air. But then on the other side, so you got 4 here and then you got 4 here. Follow the man, the gnome, to peace. Follow the U.S. to death. Balance. Which side you choosing? Peace or war? Peace or war? This is where you go if you're on a war. You're going to go back into the recycle of death. And then if you choose to go down this path, if you go down with the I'm gonna just say with Jesus, with the Jesus energy, take that man right there, then you're going to go towards the peace, which is everlasting life, everlasting love. Okay. Okay. I'm also seeing that snake energy coming back. Hold on. Snake energy coming back. Yeah. I'm just gonna do 3. Yeah. 2. Yeah. 3. Okay, my ancestors are very loud right now, so they're gonna be here too. Oshuman, that energy? Yeah, hold on. Ooh, okay. Lots to say today. Okay. Lots to say. So, you know how everybody uses blood in order to do sacrifices and stuff like that? Y'all know y'all don't have to do that, right? Y'all don't have to do blood. Y'all don't have to. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, we're just talking about sacrifices. Look at that. Ooh, that's deep. You got that with the devil. With the devil card. But the first card that popped up, y'all, was the Wheel of Fortune. So I drove myself from a spiritual standpoint back to this point in time where I'm in my consciousness, but I'm in a very deep, dark energy. Like, I am in the energy of a lot of pain, right? I can feel it all vibrating through my body. But it won't touch me. It can't touch me because I understand where I am. I have a communication with self. I know deep down where I am, right? But I'm seeing again in these cards, got the 2 of Wands here with the Father of Cups. A battle. I'm seeing a battle for the minds and the souls of people. I see a lot of souls. I see the battle, a heavy battle, lots of death. Oh, shoot. I see darkness. I see a dark cloud coming over. And then the Temperance comes. So we're going to have to be following the Thoth energy here. Like the last card said, you need to follow the world, a way of peace, because this battle and this dark energy here with the 2 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, is going to determine where your soul is going to go, where your energy is going to go, where, if you're going to be rebuilt or if you're going to be stuck, right? Okay, so then we got the 4 with the someone coming after the enlightened people, coming after the enlightened people. But one thing I do know is you are safe from harm. Oshumare wants to pop in again. He's saying you're safe. If you're near the mother, you're safe. If your name is written in a book of life, you are safe. Period.com. Okay. That's today's reading. I'm going to go find a tree to appease so I could get my money. Honey. 2 cups. 2 of cups. Peace. Love. All that other jazz.